In today's video, I'm going to show you the best way to take payment as a nutrition coach. I'll lay out the exact systems and softwares brand new and even expert coaches can use to professionally take payment, and give you some helpful pointers so you can maximize your time and the money you're making in your nutrition coaching business. Here's the scenario for many of you, especially if you're first getting started. You have a few clients, so you're chasing them to pay you, reminding them about payments being due and how to get the money over to you. You're accepting the money through Venmo or Zelle if you're American, or Interac e-transfers or wiring money if you're Canadian or an international coach. And you need to stop this. I don't care if you have a handful of clients and you're pretty organized. It's all costing you time and energy, and even worse, the mindset that's keeping you playing small. You need a payment system, and today I'm going to show you how to set that up specifically as a nutrition coach. First, let's start with an overview of what your payment system will look like. First, you want to choose a payment processor like Stripe or PayPal that is set up to automatically charge your clients each and every month. You can set this all up automatically, and you don't need to be a computer whiz to do it. You can add taxes on top of your standard coaching fee, and the payment processor will create a link that you can pass along to clients where they can pay. So you don't have to have a website or coding. It's super simple. Once they sign up, it'll charge them then, and then again automatically on the exact same numerical day the next month until they cancel it, which they're able to do, and you're going to put that in your contract agreement that the onus is on them to cancel it before the next payment comes out the next month. Then you'll send over that link to your clients when they're ready to sign up, and you're all set. Now, as simple as all this sounds, you probably still have questions like what's the best payment processor and how much is all of this going to cost? Let's break this all down, starting with number one, how to choose a payment processor. Most nutrition coaching is done online, so you're going to need a way for your clients to pay virtually. And today we're going to talk mainly about payment processors like Stripe, PayPal, and even Square, where you can set up automatic payments for your clients, which in my experience is best practice as an online nutrition coach. There's a few reasons why we should charge our clients a monthly rate. The first one being many of your clients are going to have body composition goals, which is going to take them multiple months to achieve, and charging them monthly is going to make sure that this process is ongoing. And even if you have 3 to 6 month term requirements or commitments to work with you, breaking up those payments into monthly amounts is going to add more flexibility for your clients and increase sales. And in my experience, this last point is the most important. After training and consulting with hundreds of nutrition coaches, this is why I would set things up on a monthly rate, especially if I'm just getting started, until I get to around 20 to 25 paying clients. And it's all to boost monthly recurring revenue. See, if you want to go full-time in your nutrition coaching business, it's going to be much easier to do so when you have an increasing and consistent monthly income versus selling packages, which is going to make your income much more volatile, especially at the beginning. If down the road you want to switch to packages and pay in full amounts, I totally understand, but don't do it at the beginning. Regardless, you're going to want to have a payment processor set up so you're not chasing clients, sending multiple Venmo requests each and every month just to get paid. This is annoying for everyone and another thing to do, and completely avoidable if you're using a payment processor. Plus, using a payment processor makes the entire transaction much more professional. As a business owner, how you collect payment from your customers is one of the most important things you do, and a direct reflection of your professionalism. If your payment system is clunky and requires some ongoing back and forth between you and the client just for them to pay you, it's going to look bush, and it makes the entire process much more work. Remember, as a coach, you are in a service-based industry, which means the easier you can make this process, the better. So set up something automatically, which is going to give your customers one less thing they need to worry about every month. If I think about myself as a client for a second, I do work with a lot of contractors that fulfill some online services for me, and it drives me crazy when they have to remind me that a payment is due and how much money it is and where to pay. It makes it seem like another chore and another thing I have to do, which, keep in mind, I'm asking someone to help me, and it starts to take away all the helpfulness if I have to do another thing. This makes it harder, and it's just not a good service, and we as coaches can do better. Most payment processors will also allow you to take most major credit cards as well as debit cards, giving your clients some flexibility, which may not always be the case with PayPal, which we're going to talk about in a second, as some clients may need to have a PayPal account in order to pay. Not to mention, payment processors also have added security benefits to help protect your clients, making the transactions safe and secure and giving you and your client more peace of mind. Lastly, using a payment processor gives you a clear overview of how much money you're making each and every month, When you're cashing checks or taking in random payments, it can make it tough to tally how much money your business is making on a monthly basis, especially if you're using a personal banking account where you're also making personal transactions. So if you struggle with keeping that organized, that's another reason to take payment this way. Now, all the payment processors I've mentioned so far are going to have reporting tools to show you how much money you've made, with reports and graphs to show you how much money you're making month to month, so you can make long-term decisions for your business and have a better sense of how much money you can invest in your business. Now, there are a few things to consider when you decide on which payment processor to use. Again, most nutrition coaches, or at least the ones that I teach, are going to be using Stripe, PayPal, or Square. Now, all of these payment processors are free to use and set up an account. How they get paid is you're going to pay fees on transactions, which we're going to break down later. And you can create payment links and automatic recurring payment buttons, which don't require a website to use, but they will also give you the code if you want to integrate it into a website or any coaching software that you're using. Which one is best for you? It all comes down to how you prefer to take the actual payment experience. PayPal, for example, is going to hold your money like a bank account. It kind of functions like that, which can make it easier to extract or withdraw your money in most cases. And you can manually transfer money from your PayPal account to your actual bank account. It happens relatively quickly in 1 to 2 days, or even instantly if you'd like, for a small fee, which is typically less than $5. But, and this is a big but, depending on who you ask, I have heard horror stories of people having their PayPal accounts and their income frozen. And although it's never personally happened to me, if you completely depend on this income to live, you might want to look elsewhere, which is why we're going to talk about Stripe in a second. Now, the difference between PayPal and Stripe and Square is that Stripe and Square act as through account. They take your money and automatically deposit it in your bank account after the transaction has been made. This does take a little bit longer, typically 3 to 5 days, but it does all of that automatically. But if you're someone that likes to schedule payouts for yourself, or you work with contractors and would like to pay them out of an account, Stripe isn't all that convenient because you can't use the account to pay for things. Now, there are also some differences in each company's transaction fees. Again, a payment processor is going to take a fee on each transaction. When you look at the percentages, it's going to be typically around 2 to 4% per transaction. When you start making thousands and even tens of thousands of dollars in nutrition coaching, these fees can add up. For example, if you're using PayPal, which is going to have a 3.49% fee plus an additional 49 cents per transaction, and you charge $300 per month for coaching, your take home is going to be around $289. And the bigger the numbers, the bigger the fee. On screen here, you will see a breakdown of each company's credit card transaction fees as of April 2024. Feel free to screenshot this and use it for later. Now, these general transaction fees don't typically cover other transaction fees like converting international currency. And I get it, although these processing fees are annoying and somewhat difficult to look at, they are very much a cost of doing business. You're paying for a service that makes it easier and safer for your customers to do business with you, not to mention saving yourself time and the headache of chasing down payments. So it's definitely worth it. Now, if you want to know my recommendation around what I'm currently using, I typically use Stripe to collect clients' payments. I find it very easy to set up payment links and monthly payments. It integrates with almost every nutrition and training software, and my clients never need an account to sign up for. They can just use their cards. And in my opinion, it's the most user-friendly software out there right now. But then again, look into each one to decide which one is best for you, depending on your location and preferences. So that's the nuts and bolts around taking payment as an online nutrition coach. Choose a payment software that works for you, set up those automatic recurring payments, and share that link just once with your clients to get them signed up and get them into your automatic recurring payment system so you can focus on what matters most, providing a professional coaching service and changing lives. Now, before we move on, there is one other alternate way of taking payment, and that is through a personal training or nutrition coaching software. Most coaches, especially those who are offering personal training or online training with 10 or more clients, are going to invest in a coaching software like Trainerize or Coach Catalyst or even PT Distinction to keep all their clients organized and deliver the programming all in one place. And almost every coaching software out there right now does give you the option to be able to collect payment through the software, because when a client signs up, it automatically integrates payment into the onboarding process, keeping everything in one place. instead of having to have your client pay off the platform and then manually setting everything up inside the coaching software. If you end up deciding to use a training or coaching software to collect payment, most of the actual methods and the way they go about it are virtually the same. But instead of creating a product or a payment link in PayPal or Stripe, you'll send a checkout page directly to your clients within the software. Some coaching softwares are going to charge to have this set up. For example, Trainerize costs around $2 per month to have this set up and connected to your Stripe. However, the convenience is typically worth something when you're onboarding clients. And that's it, folks. That's how to take payment as a nutrition coach. While it is a simple process, it is an important one. And I hope if anything, you learned something from this video and you stop taking payments manually. Now, as great as all these tips are, if you're really serious about starting a nutrition coaching business, the next thing I'm going to have you do is check out this video I've linked up right here. Today we learned how to take payment as a nutrition coach. Next up, I'm going to show you from start to finish how to set up your nutrition coaching business. So make sure to check it out now, and I'll see you in the next video.